afternoon, everybody. How are we all doing today? Happy Sunday. It is lovely to see you, Nobu, as well as any lurkers. How's everybody doing? I'm quite excited to get back to this. I'm frustrated with myself a little bit that I didn't manage to walk on the moon last stream, but I got to the moon last stream. And that'll have to be sufficient. I'm gonna pause this music and put on some more chill space explorer-y music. Seems very quiet. Might need to boost that just a little bit. There we go. Whoops. That's the wrong place to go. There we go. And let's continue to piss on the moon. I've got so many science points to spend. Hello, Sage. It was disappointing. The crust was disappointing, but the bread is... The bread is very good. It was a placid loaf, like I did last time. But what I did is, after I split it into three, I put bacon bits into one of the three, I put some cheese into one of the three, and then I platted it up. So literally every slice has some cheese and some bacon. Sage, I could do a three plat, yeah. I don't really know how to finish it off, but I could certainly do the braiding part. It's relatively simple, actually. But yeah, so I want to do it again next week, and there are a couple of things I want to do differently. I want to use sharp cheddar. I used medium cheddar. I think a sharp cheddar will be better. I want to do more cheese, and then the third plat was just plain bread. I want to do maybe some chives or something in the third plat, just to give like a more even distribution of everything. At the moment, no herbs and spices other than just some salt. Honestly, some garlic might go nicely with the chives. That's a good thought. That's a nice thought. Garlic and chives in the third braid. Yeah, I just worry if there's too much garlic, it might be a bit strong, but we'll see. I haven't, Sage, but that sounds sexy. Fancy landing struts, thank you. Oh my god, a heat shield. This is very exciting, chat. I can actually land. Hell yeah, Sage, how do you do it? I don't know if you can read that. Manufacturer found lying by the side of the road. Oh, that's very funny. You cut a whole ass head of garlic in half, sprinkle salt and a drizzle of olive oil, wrap it in tin foil, and... Oh my god, Sage, that is so easy. Okay, now I can just start doing RCS thrust, which is just a whole different thing. Ooh, space exploration. EVA repair kit. Oh no. Oh no, there's cool things. Pegasus 1 mobility enhancer. The Pegasus 1 mobility enhancer, known in some circles as a adder. Game good. EVA experiments? Ooh. Despite observations to the contrary, we feel that the inability of our astronauts to find a good use for the collapsible top hat and magic wand is more to do with the lack of creativity rather than a case of them being left over from prior use. This was just a magic kit, wasn't it? Yeah, this is what I need to start doing. I need more power. Because part of the reason that I was losing control the last time I did this was that I didn't have enough power for my inline reaction wheel. Hello, Chris. Yeah, Chris, but this isn't the truly advanced physics simulator. There's... I can't remember what it's called, but there's another space simulator that's like even more complex than this. It's true, Sage is very cute. What do I get here? EVA fuel cylinders. EVA jetpack. I forgot they get a jetpack. Recommended load is 0.5 Kerbals, which is to say, don't use it in like full gravity. I don't know. There's a game that came out actually before Kerbal, which is apparently way more complicated. I want to see this. Oh, Sage, you just made me complete. Ooh, a fancier command pod. Includes space for 3 crew members. Excuse me, that's very exciting. Man, there's so many cool things here. Advanced landing. This is like... These are really cool landing strips. Ooh, grabbing units? Hello, Stitch. Thank you. Oh, everything here is cool. Everything's cool. Advanced fuel systems? RCS fuel, which I'm not too concerned about. Rocco Max Jumbo 64 fuel tank. The largest tank available from Rocco Max, the Jumbo 64 holds a vast amount of fuel in a friendly orange insulated container. It's not, it's white. Contrary to popular belief, the Jumbo 64 is not orange flavored and should not be tasted. It might be Orbiter, yeah. Oh. Thoroughbred solid fuel booster. When Jeb asked Kerbadine how to lift his house into space, this is what they came up with. The Thoroughbred is a truly massive solid rocket fuel booster. It is also the first booster Kerbadine has managed to add thrust vector control to, adding surprising agility to this powerful motor. Oh, I need it. Yeah, that's exactly the one I'm thinking of then, Chris. Very heavy rocketry. Although nuclear propulsion seems neat. Yeah, that is something I will want at some point. Okay. I'm going to go full uppies. Which, I mean, they're space rockets. Of course I'm going full uppies. Let's upgrade that. We got the money for it. Am I about to regret that? Maybe. Oh, actually, let's see if there are any more contracts. Attach a new part to a satellite in orbit of Kerbal. Oof, that's gonna be tough. Rendezvous. No. Science data from the space around Moon. Yeah, I can do that one. Gives me a little bit of science. Yeah. Only got one active. Okay. Okay, the Puss Moonwalk Mark 1. So as ever, we need ways to, survive. Oh my lord, that's a big parachute. Wait, before that, I like to put my inline reaction wheel there, just because it fits. And then I want drogue chutes. I always want drogue chutes. They're the things that stop you from dying. I am going to need ladders, because if I want to get down, I also want to be able to get up. Wait, Chris, is Orbiter free or is Schwarmer free? Because I'm significantly more excited about one of those possibilities. I mean, that's cool and all, but I really wanted it to be the part where I got a free shawarma. Extra wide beam, low power illuminator for lighting up large swathes of whatever you wish. However, its beam does not shine very far. It's a strong beam of photons in its prograde direction, increasing the brightness of surfaces exposed to the beam. It's a big flashlight. I will put lights on this at some point. Spotlight. Okay. So, I need some science. Always like me a science student. And a barometer is always good. Yes, in fact, I do have to say it like that. And then the thermometer can go on the back. Hell yeah! It's a sexy ass Max. Chat, how does Max justify being so sexy? That's the thumper. This is the one. Oh my lord! That is a rocket. Y'all may have thought we were using rockets before. We were not. Turns out... And again, that's a fuel tank. Trying to think of the best way to do this. Max, how about instead we love on you even more, because you deserve probably more love than you can conceive of, but certainly lots of love. So I'm just trying to think of the stages I want. We want big uppies. Then... Ooh, I think I'm going to go like max up. This probably isn't the best idea. But I'm not going to stop. Yeah. Yeah, bad idea doing it anyway is the kind of energy I'm bringing to stream. Want it aligned at the back. And then I want to actually land. Controversial, I know. These are the fancy landing spots. Look how wide a base that is. That's much better. Max? Max? Is it on your throne? I haven't signed up for throne, but I'm going to. Yeah. I know what I'm doing after stream. Even better. Even better, Sage, because then nobody can expect me to make my own one. Okay. This is the Mark 1. This doesn't have to work. Like, not all the way. But I do want it to work at least part of the way. Well, wait. I need a big ass decoupler. That's not big ass. That is a big ass decoupler. Now, before that happens, that happens. But that should happen at the same time as, yes, I'm doing 9 of these. I'll do 7 of them. because my own brain is the thief of joy. Max, you can do that and also get love done. Okay, now I do need some electrics. Okay. No, actually, okay. That's less thrust than I would have liked to get. Shut up. But I think it will be enough thrust to get me through. Shut up. Well, I need to make sure I'm involved in this, so... there we go. Almost read my credit card number out loud. That would have been a bad thing. Yeah. Oh, 89%, baby. Max, I need you to understand. We know we do not have to. Shadow Mage gets it. Yeah, we don't have to, Max. We want to. We want to because we love you. Yeah, I'm bumping straight into the rocket equation. Unfortunately, one of the things that you have to push when you're making a rocket is the rocket. Which means the bigger the rocket, the more rocket you need to rocket your rocket. Hell yeah, Shadow Mage. I mean, I hope you find other ways of finding joy, but that is a very good way of finding joy. I have a terrible feeling that this is too much rocket. Oh my lord. You see how useful it is getting things like the apoapsis on your screen? I don't know what that is. But yeah, we got 3 million meters. Now one of the things, now that I actually have power, combined with the inline reaction wheel is it's much easier to... There's a word. It'll come to me. It's much easier to actually control the craft. The more mass you have, the harder it is to control your craft without reaction wheels. Do reaction wheels in this game violate the laws of thermodynamics? Not thermodynamics, sorry. They just violate conservation of momentum. Which, you know, that's for nerds anyway. But what this allows me to do, if you run out of power on that, that's when you start having an issue. By including some solar panels, I should have a lot more maneuverability than I did last. Hello, Josh. Anyway, so we're approximately 1/10 of the way to the top of our... I wouldn't call that an orbit. I might be a nerd, but I wouldn't call that an orbit. Now, of course, what I want to do is turn this into an orbit before extending that orbit to reach the moon. And then landing on that self-same moon. And then planting a flag. I forgot the ladder. I forgot the ladder, chat. Interestingly, might need to do a weird thing here. Ugh, come on. How do I rotate this? Does anybody know how to rotate objects in Kerbal Space Program? There we go. Because that's where the ladder is going to be, so the science experiment can't be on the same side. Utility? Ladder. What is Land Shark? And why do I immediately want to watch every season of it? Also, if at any point you all don't like the music, just tell me. I've got other options up my sleeve. A Chinese trash movie? Oh, I immediately want to watch it. Now, that should be enough for Jeb to get up there. The shark is part... Excuse me? Sir, that was not part of the agreement. It didn't change anything. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. There might be some problems. You know what? I think the problem is more rockets. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't have enough rockets was the primary problem there. And also, just to make sure all of my rockets stay together. Which is this game's equivalent of duct tape. Oh! That wasn't as good as I had hoped. I don't know what went wrong there. Is the Meg 2 the one I've been seeing ads for with Jason Statham? Ugh, I can't say that name. I'm sorry, maneuver tool? Oh, this is way over my... I'm sorry, the Meg Mech? The Mech Meg? That's very exciting. Movie good, perhaps? I mean, we got most of the way before that happened. No, this is... Something's going wrong, because we didn't get as high as we should have. It worked just fine before. I don't know what's changed. But now you're looking to think I'm mad. I think we need slightly more uppies. Hello, Stitch. You are and always have been a delight. Oh, no, not the little one. Big one. Ooh. I hope it doesn't hurt too much, Stitch. Okay. So we launch with all the uppies. Then, when the small boosters are finished, we pop them off. When the big boosters are finished, we pop them off. That should give us plenty of uppies. Look, the solution to all problems in this, and in fact all games, is more rockets. So, I might have some structural concern.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
Some. Is there any chance that that's the problem? That it's like dropping? Probably not. But I'm gonna test that. Oh, hell yes, Sage. Okay. It didn't immediately fall apart. So, this is technically positive. I seem to have cracked the code. The code being more rockets. Sage, I'm so excited. And I just can't hide it. Max, thank you for the gifted sub to Sage, you cutie. Now that's what I'm talking about. If this works out, this is going to be my favorite thing. I love it so much when just my boosters get me all the way to the moon. This is entirely unrealistic. You could never do this. Oh my lord, Max, thank you for the 5 gifted subs to Citizen Kane, Maitner, Callie, Summer, and Okie Dokie. Oh my lord, Max. That is incredibly kind. And before you say anything, no, you do not owe that to me for the throne thing or any BS like that. But I will get heckin' loved because I love you back. Like, literally the moon is at 11,400, and this is nearly there. We got absurd uppies. Like, I like it. But it is a lot. It's a good way to describe it, Shadow Mage. Oop, wrong way. Okay, Now, I don't want to use too much of my liquid fuel. But you can see when you manage to get this much height, how quickly your orbit changes. And I could wait longer. Wait until like 11.8, 11.9. I'm gonna need to do a few orbits to make this work. But I don't mind. Because Kerbals don't need food. Which also, unrelated, makes them very good at resisting torture. Don't ask why I know that. FMV murder mystery game. Oh, that sounds fun. Now we can wait until 11 million meters. Because the closer you are to your apoapsis, the more effective you are at changing your periapsis. Periapsis being the lowest point in an orbit. And we want the periapsis to be above 70k. Nothing else really matters. At this point, we can just zoom around as long as it takes for the orbit to actually intersect with the moon. Like, I could do fancy stuff. Oh. You see, now it is predicting that I'm going to have an orbit with the moon, which is super exciting. This is part of what you get for upgrading your whatever it's called, the tracking station. It lets you predict this. So this point right over here is the moon encounter. And you can see that the gravity of the moon really changes my orbit. And the periapsis of the moon quite low down, which is a good thing. Because it means I won't need to burn too much fuel to get into a low orbit. And you'll see a switch over about here, where suddenly we're not... the orbit shows that we're orbiting moon. But in spite of the way it looks, because the moon is moving, this is actually the same path that we were taking before. Orbits are weird and fun. Warp here, that's a thing you can do. Like, I don't want to do alarms. I'm confused and scared and aroused. Only one of those things is true. But yeah, you'll... You'll see I'm slowly using electric charge, but I should also be able to get a lot of it back, so it shouldn't be a major issue. Shadow Mage, that's exciting. I like my friends to have power. Oh! Yeah, that's a lot of power for you to have, Shadow Mage. I fear many things. I'm trying to use a lot of what I learned last week. Oh. Periapsis, I want to get to about 15k. See, it flips around, and now the point that was the lowest is now actually the highest because I'm bringing it in. I'm going to get about there, and then use just the teeniest bit of power to lower that. Go. Four or 5 shot at boss on the hardest difficulty. That sounds fun, Shadow Mage. Hello, Kelly. And yes, Max has been incredibly cute and kind. They feel they have to pay me back for, well, not me only, but like pay chat back for being kind to them. But that is a foolish idea. Because they don't seem to realize that we just love them, so... Oh, I don't even remember putting an alarm there. Neat, thank you. That's actually a really neat feature. I'm mostly teasing, Max. Mostly. You need a little bit more than that. Then... Yeah, Shadow Mage, that's the way to be powerful. Man, it's weird. Wintry Sage, you keep hearing these whispers. Almost like there's somebody else in the room with you. It's me. I'm in the room with you. I've been playing Wizard of Legend quite a bit at the moment. And there's a thing that gives you... it's a little bit similar to that, Shadow Mage, but probably more powerful in its own context. It's literally just you and all enemies die in one hit. Now that sounds riskier than it is, because I've got a lot of long-range spells. Chat, it's a bit dark. You know, I'm gonna try to land in the same dang crater. Seriously, Max? At this point, I've got a really good setup, and I can consistently... Not consistently. Probably about 1 in 3 times I can win. which is exciting. Wait. One of my contracts. Transport and recover scientific data from the space around the moon. Oh! What? Those were some chunky graphics for a while. Okay, that should be science from around the moon. Actually, I don't know how much science around the moon we've done. Oh, not enough. I think because this counts as low moon orbit, it's... Yeah, it counts as like a new environment, which is neat. So, my man, do you want to give me a crew report here? And since we're not accelerating, you can safely do an EVA. Safely. Safely is perhaps a strong word for what's about to happen. Yep. I don't know what bird y'all are talking about, but I like birds. We've performed a spacewalk in orbit of the moon. Hell yeah, we have. I'm going to... I think it was F5 to quick save. Oh my lord, Smage, that's unfair? I'm just gonna say it. My periapse is looking like. It isn't! Okay, that's good news. That means I'm literally in the landing state. Can use a tiny bit more fuel though. Oh. I somehow switched off my engines without noticing I'd done it. I have never heard of it, Sage. Ooh, that sounds interesting. I'm going to extend these legs, just in preparation. This should actually land me in one of the craters within a crater. It's actually a nice spot to be in. there. Now I want height above the actual ground. We're gonna land in a slightly shitty position. Do a little bit of sideways drifting. Max, that's a lot. Just slowly coming. Oh, are we gonna recover? Nah. A lot of things went wrong there. But I do feel like I am figuring it out a lot from what I learned last week. I say learned. What I was explicitly taught last week. Being taught does not mean I'm not learning. I must not be mean to myself. Enough people are going to do that without me getting involved. You hear that, chat? It's called self-love, and some of you all need to learn it. It's so weird that this game just doesn't have music. could put on the Katamari soundtrack. I could do that. I must get and stream We Love Katamari. Because I've never played it. And I really want to. Max, in my defense, I never had a PS2. Now we're in a position where wherever we land, we should be okay. You do, Sage. Nope. I was a GameCube kid. I had an Xbox 360 that I got years after release, and I really liked that. Yeah, PS2 was one of the greats. There's no denying it. Honestly, PS2 is probably the console I most regret missing out on. Because I know it is an incredible platform just for the number of games. Hell yeah, Sage. I seem to be coming down really straight. Heck, Shadow Mage. But also you. So, you know. I'm going to be coming down at about 5 meters per second. Got a little bit of sideways drift, but nothing of any significance. Come on, recover. And we have landed. That was much better than last week. Oh, Sage, also you.
Oh,
I wouldn't call it straight exactly. It is... The ship is straight in the same sense that I am. Oh, gravity is not my. Hi, Jeb. EVA report? Okay, I'm not going to keep that one. Let's plant a flag. Oh, that sucks. Josh, what browser are you using? Site name. Piss Crater 1. Black next. Black text. On this location, we first pissed on the moon. I wonder if it might be an edge issue. Doesn't feel like it. Oh. Anyway, let's take a surface sample. 240 science. Like, I get it, but that's still a lot. Now I want to do something I've never done before. Which is, I want to go a little bit further away from the craft. Contract complete. That's not the part I care about. We planted a flag on the moon. I would need to build a rover to do what I want to do. I wanted to go exploring. Okay. Does anybody know how to use the jetpack? I don't think I'll need it. Oh no, I definitely will. Just a full-on bunk. There we go. That didn't go exactly as planned. God, Jeb is having just the time of his life. I don't know why we had trouble getting in. I'm going to inch my way up. There we go. You know what? Let's go full tilt. We need to get into an orbit of the moon as soon as possible. No matter the nature of that orbit. Because the point of getting into the orbit is getting out of the orbit in a bizarre way. Now we aim prograde. I'm a bit worried about my amount of liquid fuel, but you know, we'll figure it out. Only need enough for this to break out of orbit of the moon. And then yeah, this should be okay. Once I'm there, I just need to be able to slow down enough to be recaptured by, well, to eventually land on. There we go. As I said, it's weird. It doesn't look like it, but this is all just a single path. It's just that the tracking center helps you keep track of like what's actually going on. And now we want to go retrograde. And we can still use our reaction wheel because we've got power cells. I'm going to use as little fuel as possible to get my periapsis. Oh, potential concern there. Okay. It is interesting to see my orbital velocity be so high. That's basically what... Like, your velocity is just how fast you're going sideways to miss the planet. So weird. I think I'm going to have another moon counter. Which, if I did, wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Because it wouldn't significantly affect this, which is the bit I care about. Yeah, I've got more than enough. Get that below 60. Technically below 70 is acceptable, but I prefer below 60. Enough. Yeah, I'm technically in an orbit around the moon now. Because gravity's a salty bitch. And what happens now, well, not now, but when it'll happen, is that air resistance will start slowing me down without having to use pesky things like fuel. if we look now, yeah, I'm not using any fuel, but the apoapsis is getting lower because air resistance is doing half of the job. I mean, at this point, it's doing all of the job, but the point is, if you can get your periapsis below 70k, it'll take a long time, but eventually your decay will orbit until you land. Well, land might be a bit strong. But yeah, one of the interesting differences between landing somewhere like Kerbal and landing somewhere like the moon is the ideal way to land on the moon is coming straight down. You want to use as little fuel as possible to get that, so you don't want to do it from too high up. But what you want is to be coming directly downward, because there's no atmosphere. Everything you're doing has to be done with fuel. So you want the straightest path. Whereas here, air resistance slows you down. So what you want is to use that air resistance to slow you down as much as possible. So you want a really, really intensely... you want to hit as much air as possible. I said what I said, Shadow Mage, and I don't take it back. What I can do, though, is use a bit of fuel to bring this apoapsis in, so that I don't have to do 10,000 orbits to make this. Yeah. My apoapsis is half of what it is, and given the weird way that orbits work, that's a lot of energy, a lot of velocity that we managed to lose without having to use fuel. We did use a bit of fuel at the end. Where is my periapsis? 57. Wonderful. Okay, just use a tiny bit of fuel to bring that in a bit faster. I would like to have some fuel to try to do a soft landing. God, Sage, you've got such powerful gremlin energy. Yeah, Sage, that did it. You knew it would do it, but that did it. Actually, a bit early to want to do. Yeah, because I'm just that good, Kelly. I also have time manipulation powers, but you know, we don't talk about them. Several Kerbans were harmed in alternate realities, but you know. They're alternate realities. What do they care? I want to keep enough fuel to be able to do a soft landing, so I'm not going to bring my apoapsis quite as low as I would like to. I also don't need to worry because it will come down of its own accord. It really is, Chris. Now it's just a waiting game. And in fact, depending on when I deploy my drogue chute, like the waiting game part is actually quite easy. I've even got some control over over where I land. Oh. Yeah, Chris. Look, stream's only been going for an hour and a half. There are other places to go. I just have many fears. I'm probably not going to establish a space station. Also, my orbit takes me really close to where we started. Like, I could potentially land on land not far from our starting position. Also, vaguely Africa. I just thought I'd mention that. But yeah, I fear space stations, Chris. I did try to do one once. And to be fair, my only promise this time was a moonshot. Get to the moon, land on the moon, plant a flag on the moon. There are other games I want to play for Cozy Sunday. When this is yellow, it's a risk to open it, but it's not a guaranteed thing. Yo, what? Oh, my apoapsis is so low. This is very exciting. Because that means we're definitely going to have a landing soon. If I do things very well, we could even have like a landing, not a crash in the ocean landing. Although I'm not going to try too hard on that. I don't mind crashing and splashing down in the ocean. It's very NASA-ish. They did it all the time. Do it all the time when they bring people back from the ISS. Yeah, that orbital velocity just gets a little bit lower every time. Let's close these doors. We should not be leaving those open. Oh yeah, this is our final orbit. Air resistance is doing all the work now. And because we're coming in at an extreme angle, there's a lot of air to resist. It's a very good thing, you know. Yeah, I'm just gonna let it land where it lands. Before too long, we will be going slowly enough that I can open the drogue chute. That's if things don't explode before then, which, you know, non-zero chance. Drogue chute deployed, and we are going to be safe. Heat shields are for cowards, Chris. Okay, main chute's gonna open soon. Then I can use my little bit of fuel remaining to slow us down if we need to get slower in order to not lose any. I don't think that's going to be an issue. Weirdly, you can see that the ocean's quite shallow here because you can see the ground underneath. I've never seen components sink. How far do they go? Oh, they just... They just keep going, don't they? Okay, so the ocean is deeper than it looks. Anyway, let's recover the vessel. And more importantly, the lad who was in the vessel. It's a lot of science. Crew report while in space near the moon, EVA report from space just above the moon's lowlands, surface sample from moon's east crater, Atmospheric pressure scan while in space near the moon. Mystery goo observation while in space near the moon. Temperature scan while in space near the moon. Material study while in space near the moon. Recovery of a vessel returned from the surface of the moon. A few parts, not a lot. And Jeb got 0 experience for that? Ah. I thought he would have got something. Okay. They want me to plant another flag on the surface of the moon. Interesting. It's not really worthwhile. Rescue Julbin from orbit of the moon. How did they get there? I'm so confused. Put a satellite in an equatorial orbit of the moon. These are quite interesting missions occasionally. The fact that you have to use satellites can be very interesting. So many people in orbit of the moon. I don't like it. I don't want to make a space plane. Chat, if I ever want to make a space plane, don't let me. You can do some fancy electronic stuff, I guess. Oh, specialized fuel cells? Oh. You see, this is the kind of stuff at the end here that I've always wanted to get to and never quite pulled off. Like there is somewhere along here there is like an ion engine, and that just sounds so cool. Like, is that actually useful? I don't know. Hypersonic flight, don't care about. Advanced science tech? The heck is a convertitron? Oh, take oxygen and hydrogen and turn it into fuel? This sounds cool. Yeah, ion propulsion. Here we go. By emitting ionized xenon gas through a small thruster port, Dawn can produce incredibly efficient propulsion, but with the downside of very low thrust and high energy usage. Like, this is the kind of stuff I want to get to, but that's so far along. I'm not going to get there. I'm just going to acknowledge that now. But I want to get. Anyway, I said I was going to do the Katamari soundtrack, and I don't want to break my promise to chat. So let's do that. Katamari Damacy OST. Starting with one of the weirdest songs. Sage, heck. Do I go for nuclear propulsion? Like, what's the thrust. The thrust in atmosphere is 30, so it's 13 to 60, whereas this giant one. Okay, so that's got really not great thrust. Why is this useful? Like, even this liquid fuel engine is much better. Like, I'm sure it has advantages. I just don't see them. Advanced flight control is probably the kind of thing I'm looking for. Yeah. Let's get some more flight control. Specialized control. Have you ever wanted to impress your peers by showing off your elite flying skills, but lack the skills to become a trained pilot? C7 Aerospace Fly-by-Wire Avionics Hub is the solution. The module allows even the most minimally trained crew to fly like an ace. Okay, so I think this lets an unskilled pilot still do the things a more skilled pilot can do. Super fuel efficient. Okay, thank you, Decibels. Man, I'd forgotten. This song gets on my nerves real fast. This one does not. Like, ever. Sorry, I just got a message on Discord, and it was exactly what I thought it would be from Sage. Well, yeah, Sage. Sage, have you heard of Project Orion? Project Orion was fun. I mean, it never actually happened, but it would have been fun. No, Sage. It was an engine that, in theory, could have propelled us to, like, 90% the speed of light. It would have taken years to get there, but that's still faster than we can do. So what it is, you have your spaceship. At the back of your spaceship, you have a giant, curved metal shield. And behind the metal shield, you have a series of nuclear explosions, which propel you at insane acceleration each time they go off. So every explosion would just give, like, not nuclear propulsion the way you're thinking of it, just like setting off nukes. It would have been insanely dangerous. I mean, not into orbit, Kingfisher. This would have been done, like, by the time we were in interplanetary space, the idea. But it could have got us to other star systems. But unfortunately, using nuclear explosions in space is quite illegal. Man, what the heck are metamaterials? Oh, a lot of these are for, like, space stations, which I'm never going to do. Because I am a coward. Seismic accelerometer? Magnetometer? Oh, I do want that. I do want that. Oh, field science. This is when I can start making rovers. Like, would I have to take the rover to the moon on a whole separate thing? I mean, I'm going to say probably. And then leave the rover there and then take a pilot and drop the pilot off. God. Okay. Okay, chat. Should my next aim be get a rover to the moon? Because that seems like a thing I could, like, realistically do. Get a rover to the moon? Rove on the moon? Okay, so what I'm going to do for the rest of stream is try to get to Minimus using the same rocket. This real bad rocket. You know what this rocket needs? More boosters. I don't think we have enough boosters on this rocket. Every time I see Clink's name, as in the Pokemon, I am reminded of Brian David Gilbert's absolutely incredible Pokemon rap. Now, Minimus is tougher to get to, because it's all angle-y. But I think this rocket can still get me there. No, actually, no, don't. I fear. I'll just do it manually. God, why is the Katamari soundtrack so good? Hello, Birdie. Hi, cuties yourself. Thank you, Sage. Wrong way. Oh, that's fine. Okay. Apoapsis is 11.1. So I'm going to go to 11. I'm ascending quite slowly at this point, so that is not a major risk. I can do it from here. Just be a little bit safer. Hello, Space Nerd. No, the pig doesn't have lasers, but, you know, upgrades are possible. Oh my god, Zach, I need to see that crossover now. You have inspired me. Sage, are you suggesting I'm not upgradable? Or are you suggesting that I don't currently have lasers? They're not technically lasers, Sage. They're just equally dangerous. Also, hello, Kane. There's a pig with lasers? How am I ignorant of this fact? Yeah, Max gifted a bunch of subs because they're incredibly good. Hell, Laser Pig is a damn good name. Whoops, I went way too fast. It's going well, Kingfisher. I landed on the moon. I planted a flag. Now I'm trying to get to the second moon. 46k. Can't believe someone stole Laser Horse. See, I could actually have used the moon there if I'd been smart. I could essentially have got a free... Oh! Oh! Oh, this is going to be lovely. I can adjust once I'm there, but I've used very little fuel. Isn't Laser Horse an animation studio or something? I seem to vaguely remember. So my Minmus encounter and escape are very close together. He's an editor. I saw a groundhog yesterday. Okay, so what I'm going to want to do is as soon as I hit this point, because it's such a brief window, I want to hit. I want to start burning retrograde to bring that orbit in and actually orbit Minmus. This is career mode. I've never done any of the other modes. I've been tempted to do sandbox just so that I can do stuff. Look how slowly I'm actually moving. Even at 50 times speed. Wait, did I just lose my orbit? How? Hell yeah, Sage. I would be excited to see that. Did I somehow lose my Minmus orbit? I did. No, stop. Yo! I now have these. Which are really interesting ways to navigate. Man, this is entirely not the plan. Yeah, I'm going to revert to launch. Just because I did a few very silly things there. Once you unlock mining tech, it's easy to turn career mode into sandbox mode. To be fair, I'm unlikely to do that. I've never been able to get much further than I am now, really. I have once done a successful landing on Minmus. I got to orbit of Duna, but I couldn't get beyond that. Hello, Meaty. Everybody protect me. Meaty is after my crackling. Yeah, that's a very good point, Space Nerd. Meaty, I'm shaking in my boots.
A pig! So cute.
Also you, Birdie, heck. Okay. Not the... That wasn't plan A. Why did that happen? Well, I hope you find something better than cleaning up literal shit, Meaty, so... Yeah, it was awesome. It just wasn't the intention. This particular rocket has had some issues. Whether or not it succeeds is largely up to just like the whims of God. And sometimes God smiles upon me, and sometimes he does not. Hello, Zai. Why? Oh my lord. The thing is, those should never be flying off. Those are not on couplers. That's part of my concern here. Those are supposed to be quite firmly attached. They're just deciding not to occasionally. Like the smaller ones around the outside, those are meant to decouple. I'm used to that. The inner ones, Physics Engine just has its way with them. Deep Space Kraken can suck my deep space nuts. I'm sorry, that might have been a bit aggressive to Cthulhu. That decoupled way better. Okay. That was much better. I have never heard that, Space Nerd. Thank you for teaching me the ways. And no, I have not sacrificed to the Space Kraken because I am a fool. I have a habit of avoiding gaming communities. Basically, since I joined the Undertale subreddit and realized what an enormous mistake that was. Yeah, Zai. I just joined Reddit and I'm like, what are some things I'm interested in? Oh, I just played Undertale for the first time. I bet this game's gonna be super good. Yeah, no, Space Nerd, I know some of them are great. I'm a big fan of the Monster Hunter subreddit. They're also just like really kind, really supportive nerds. But I don't get too deeply involved in community. I'll check out the KSP Reddit. Well, the only Reddit I want to check out at the moment is the baking subreddit. I want to know why my bread wasn't crusty enough. Even though it was still good bread. Yeah, that sounds rad. I did, Birdie. I made a 3-plat stuffed loaf with bacon and cheese inside it. And was super good, but the crust wasn't quite as nice as I wanted it to be. And the third plat was plain bread, and I want to figure out maybe some chives or something to go in there. I remember Scott Manley used to do some KSP videos, which is just wild given who Scott Manley is. For those who don't know, Scott Manley is an actual astronaut. Is this the same track again? It is. I don't know why. I mean, most pigs are cannibals, so you shouldn't be too surprised. You're right. Scott Manley is not. Oh, thank you for reminding me of that, Space Nerd. I completely got that wrong. Keep doing that. You know what, I'm gonna do another orbit. Because I really want to do it at the periapsis. That's the most efficient way to alter your orbit. Periapsis and proapsis do the job. Yeah, similar name, very similar appearance. It has a name? I just learned the basics of orbital mechanics from, like, playing too much of this game. And one of the things you can do is, like, use a... too far. You use a tiny, like an orbit of the moon to gain a bunch of extra apparent momentum. You can just slingshot. Yeah, like, I had heard people describe how... I'd heard people describe how orbital mechanics work before, but it wasn't until this game when I genuinely understood all you're doing is missing the planet. You can't stop yourself from falling, but you can fall in such a way that you keep missing the planet. Four. See, with the, what was it, the Oberth effect, I can gain huge momentum unless I go too far. But yeah, I can just I can use Moon to just power myself up. You know, it's actually probably smarter not to do it from here and to wait until I get closer to the moon. I mean, that was according to Douglas Adams, that was the secret to flying. I'm doing the tiniest changes I can here. Like, I'm just starting my engine and immediately shutting it down. And 34k for very little fuel is good enough that if I can't get it better, I'm not going to worry. Ooh, 39. I'm going with that. Hitchhiker's Guide is so good. And so yeah, I use a slingshot maneuver around the moon to gain stupid amounts of momentum. Oh, Birth Effects is the most efficient burns at Periapis. Okay, yeah. Fun real-world fact about gravity assists. And, like, it's obvious in retrospect. There is, of course, no such thing as free energy. Which means, when you take a gravity assist off of the moon slows down. Now, that effect is proportional to the mass of the two objects, so big old moon, very little spacecraft, no significant effect, but still a thing that happens. Wait. This is not what I was promised. Oh, it is. I just had to go around one more time. Kingkiller Chronicles is so good. Oh no. Oh no. That's not a good orbit of the moon. That's not a good orbit of the moon, actually. And click the up arrow. I'm not seeing the up arrow. Oh, that one. Oh, neat! That's super useful. Thank you. I tried to cheat the system, and instead, the system cheated me. You know what? I'm gonna go back. Because oh wait. Oh no, this is the same position I was in. Oh well. It's fine. I'll figure it out. Oh yeah, that part I'm aware of, Space Nerd. That was my concern. See, the question is prograde what I'm looking for here? I don't think it actually is. Okay. Now at least I've got a periapsis of the moon. I can never remember which one's radial out, although it seems like I got it. Hi, Moon. I still gained some momentum from it. I like stumbling my way dick first into success. Also, Space Nerd, thank you very much for the follow. Sage, what are you talking about? That is an inherently slutty item of clothing. I'll look at that in a moment, Sage. Look, I still gained a lot of velocity from that. Okay, that should be okay. I mean, I'm scared enough, Space Nerd. I don't even know what that is. Okay. I see what you mean, Sage. That is incredibly slutty, but could be sluttier. Man, Sage. In your case, it wasn't bad, but the phrase wrong link just has so much potential to be terrifying. Come on. Ooh, unknown object. Man, I know there's like smart ways to adjust your orbit, but I'm just gonna leave this man up in space for 3 months. Oh, which one is it going to be? Rocket artillery. Oh my lord, that sounds exciting. Am I doing this the wrong way? Do I need to slow down a bit? Do I got it? I'm deeply uncertain about everything at this point. Okay. Yeah, I know in general, but like in that case, like it wasn't even like it was flickering between the two, and I was trying to get it to at least be consistent. Ooh, Kane, that's a very good thought. God, Katamari music is wild. Why did it take away my orbit? It took away my Minmus orbit. It stole it from me. I'm sorry, Space Kraken. I'll do better next time. I won't tell you to suck my nuts. Oh, it's 2 different orbits. It's a first one, then t'other situation. Did you just steal all of my orbital velocity again? You bitch. Ew, those angles are not good. And I know there's a way to fix it. That's just getting worse. I ain't ever landing. Why can I not revert? Oh, because I'm zooming? Why can I not revert? Okay. Because I loaded a quick save, I can no longer revert. I was not aware of that fact. But I want to revert. I don't like this mission anymore. I made a mistake coming up here, and now I want to... Like, I can get back down. I've got plenty of fuel. I'm fine. Yeah, that'll probably be smart. You're smart, Space Nerd. I mean, as your name makes clear. Okay. And my Kerbal periapsis is still plenty high. See, this is more in line. That's where I want to be. Which one's this? Moho. And way out there is Duna. Okay. Now let's see if I can make something work here. Ooh, that's not much of an encounter. That's a better encounter. It's brief, but I think I can do that. Yeah. Gotta get ready to go retrograde so that I can pull it into an orbit. I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what? What bitch-ass physics is this? Okay, no, that's fine. I don't know why I start getting these only once I'm in orbit around Midness. Oh, because that's when Jeb gets super experienced and jacked. Jacked in the brain. But What? What did I do wrong? Give it more beans. Oh, right you are. Beans it was. Beans was exactly the issue. Okay. And now we can pull our orbit much lower. Yeah. Ooh, 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 I pressed the wrong button. I went faster instead of slower. Chat, guess who makes mistakes? It's me, the pig. Yeah, Meaty, surviving is optimal. This is from We Love Katamari, I believe. This is one of the best tracks in the whole game. There we go. Let's do a save there. Also, orbit around Minmus. Space Nerd, thank you so much for all the help. I got a lot of help last week as well, and I do not feel bad for getting help. I used to feel bad for getting help, and then I realized that that is not a positive way to live your life. A grippy sock hotel? I think I know what you mean, but I will not question further. Hell yeah, that's a great attitude. Okay, on Moon I wanted to get below below 15k. That'll probably be a good baseline here as well. God, this track is good. Oh, that's it. I now know what my mystery goal is. My mystery goal is We Love Katamari. Yeah, Minmus is barely more than a like a captured asteroid. I didn't even know there was a Gilly. Hell yeah. But yeah, I remember I've landed on Minmus once, and like there's nothing happening there. No gravity, no nothing. Ah. Lower than I would have liked, actually. Yeah. That's a bit of a concern. Gilly is the moon of Eve. Nice. Okay. That is very close to the surface. Like, let's see it in terms of actual surface height. Ooh! Not pleasant. You jump with the jetpack, you can... It can almost have you escape. That's amazing. I worry that I might have to reload. This might just be too low for safety. Ooh. If I can clear this mountain, I'm actually safe. But I cannot. Ho 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 ho. The Kerbal can get into Minmus using only their jetpack. That's insane. Now's the part where I fearfully consider when I want to land. I mean, landing in what looked like frozen oceans would be neat. I am not doing a full send now, Space Nerd. That seems incredibly dangerous. I mean, I'll try it your way. Maybe you're right. But that just seems like a really good way to go rocketing out of orbit. Okay, you do make a good point. Okay. Hell yeah, Sai. I hope you get something rad really cool. I should probably extend those. Yeah, I want to apply for a new job. I just never have the motivation. Why does the game not teach me any of this stuff? Just want to get to a place where I'm guaranteed to land, or near guaranteed to land, in the flat area. Because I'm a coward who can't handle hills. God, Meaty, you're such a sweetheart. I don't even know what night auditors are. I mean, beans make a really good meat substitute in like a chili, so... Oh, okay, Zai. Yeah, that... I mean, if that's a job you wouldn't hate, that doesn't sound like a terrible idea. Just very slowly descending. Why would a supervisor tease somebody? I mean, because they're shitheads is the answer. Let's get a little bit lower before we do too much burning. Yeah, you're right. Black is sus. To be 100% clear, that was a shitty Among Us joke, not a racist comment. God, Zai, that's awful. Yeah, get out of there as soon as you can. That is not a good place for you to be. We've initiated the first flyby of Minmus, we've entered orbit of Minmus, we've entered suborbital flight above Minmus. Oh, hell yeah, Zai. Now that's good news. This is a very good song, you're right. Zai, that sucks, I'm sorry. Yeah, I still actually want to go down. I don't feel like I'm descending at all. Because, as you said, this planet has no gravity. This moon. Is this like a hollow sphere or something? Because literally the tiniest bit of thrust slows me down. And I'm still so high up that Okay, I've got a shadow. Let me figure out, like, any other planet first. Well, yeah, anything like that would be relatively easy just because, again, gravity is your biggest enemy. Poodle moss. I'm just edging this landing as much as possible. Ooh, the low gravity helped me so much. Okay. What do you think, Mystery Goo? You observe the goo. Well, that's bland. As is that. Oh, I like it when they have, like, actually interesting things to say. Anyway, I'm going to save, because it's possible that I can, like, tip the craft over by being a dingus, and I don't want that. While material samples were processed, you began to turn your thoughts to how much Minmus looks like a mint dessert, and have discovered that you are now hungry. No, you're not. You don't eat food. We've been here for 4 months. Let's get a crew report. And then, let's EVA. You just do a little tumble. He's fine. Oh! Plant a flag. Site name. Piss on Minmus 1. We pissed on the other moon. Remove helmet. That seems like a mistake. EVA report. You feel a bit like a superhero when you jump in the low gravity. And take surface sample. The surface seems to consist of tiny crystal-like grains. Very pretty, but probably not edible. Hello, Stitch. Okay. Quick saving. Lower visor. No, raise visor. No, even with the quick save, I don't want to kill him. I'm sorry, Space Nerd, I was not aware of this. This is very exciting. That's quite a jump. I went straight up instead of forward enough. I don't, but I'm scared at this point. I'm gonna just yeet myself until it works out. I could have boarded without grabbing there. Oh my lord, this is gonna take me forever. Everything's so slow here. Okay, I'll try that. That might be better. I'm guessing it's very similar to like RCS control. That was much easier, thank you. Oh my god. My god, Kane got called out. They got no balls. Okay. Look, I just like going uppies. This is certainly an orbit. Aww. Birdie. Now I'm in love. Shit. I keep doing that. Nope. That was a mistake. Just straight up? Okay. Oh, right. With this little gravity, I don't need to do like an orbit and be fancy. I just get away from the planet. Excuse me? That didn't work out entirely as I intended. But you know, we'll get there. That was better. Hello, friend? Are you stuck on one stretch of ladder? Like a dingus? Okay. Oh yeah, that's... It doesn't seem right, but I'm gonna let it play out. Why is it going back to the same song again? I'm gonna trust the tracking station, though I have fears. Oh no, that's just showing me... No? Okay, yeah. I definitely need more uppies. More beans! I was just seeing, like, the orbit of Minmus. Now that is an escape. I hope those work out, Si. Okay. Now I will want to go retrograde in a while. Should have enough fuel, but this shouldn't be a major issue. I like this song. It's all about papaya. Like, I don't think it actually is, but it definitely sounds like it. That really sucks. I am sorry. That gave me a weird wobble. And I think weird wobbles are neat. Chat, will you be my weird wobble? I cannot believe Oki said that in the distant past. I don't trust myself to control that. under about 200. Because if I can get this under 70, I'm fine. Thank you for updating that, Sage. There we go. We're going home one way or another. It might take us a while. I'll see if I can edit it directly through Stream Elements Stage. Look how quickly it comes in just with the tiny bit of air resistance. Simply because my apoapsis is so absurdly high up. Well, Sage, that's a last resort. You know, there are sadly some quotes from the before times that are not in the quote bot. And that will always bring me sadness. Okay, and now the moon won't even mess up our anything. You know, from not being able to, or from not landing on the moon for an hour and a half at the start of stream, to also landing on Min-Miss, I'm pretty pleased about that. And a lot of that is thanks to Space Nerd's both help and just encouragement. I don't want to bring my periapsis too low too soon. Mr. Pig's Space Adventures. I like that. I will do my best to remember. Man, you'll remember how good Muppets in Space was. I hope you do, because it was very good. I've got more fuel left than I did when I went to Moon. Man, it's amazing how much gravity affects orbital mechanics. Because landing on Minmus just doesn't take fuel. Yeah. It's like one of my favorite facts from like this crazy planet we're on, not Kerbal, but the Earth. If you wanted to, it would take less fuel to get to Pluto than it would to get to the sun. Because to crash into the sun, you would basically have to cancel out all of the orbital momentum of Earth. Or orbital velocity of Earth. And that's a lot. Whereas to get to Pluto, you just need to go a little bit faster than Earth is already going. Like, neither one is easy, but it's surprising that that one's easier. There is also that. Jupiter and Saturn are basically just the fuel reserves of the entire solar system. You all want to get somewhere? Well, not the fuel reserves, the velocity reserves. So that should actually bring itself down without too much issue. And now we can only time warp times 4. Oh yeah. It's basically the big brother of the entire solar system. Okay, that playlist is apparently finished. I don't know why, but it is. Okay, and as that slowly comes down, this should be our last time around. Or, if not our last time around, the point is this orbit is completely decayed at this point. Once both periapsis and apoapsis are below 70k, you're done without huge amounts of fuel. Which, in this case, is the plan. So this is all good. I like the fact that the end of that URL is GNNN, which I suspect is the sound Sage made when they saw it, which is just... Yo, really, Space Nerd? That's very cool. So it was more of a... Or Sage, was it closer to... Ah! Sage, you cannot run from me, coward. Emote only won't protect you. Chat has made their decision, Sage. Love me a drogue shoot. Oh, I can even open my main shoot now. That's so rad. I love it when devs do cool stuff like that. Oh, Decimal. Oh. Okay. I'm gonna splash down in the ocean, which is fine. Drogue shoots doing their drogy job. And hopefully main shoot doing its main job. Hey, there we go. That was a much better splashdown than I'm used to. Yeah, drug shoots. Sage. Witchy is just so good. Oh, that was a lot of science. Min misses lesser flats. And Jeb has some good experience. Okay, so I was planning for this to be the last stream of Kerbal Space Program, but that's clearly not happening. For for better or worse, I'm still having too much fun to stop playing. So I guess we'll be doing this again next week, Sunday. So Sunday, 2:30 Eastern time, I'll be back here. However, my next stream will be Wednesday, 5:30 Eastern time, where I'm nearing the end of Hollow Knight. I'm very excited for that. So, who should we raid? I might raid Chen. I haven't had the chance to watch Chen for a while, and Chen is online now. I think I've got to raid Chen. Oh, and he's just started. Yeah. But yeah, thank you all for being here. Really rad stream. So as I said, my next stream will be Wednesday, 5:30 Eastern time, playing some Hollow Knight. But if you're only interested in this, then I will be continuing with space exploration next week Sunday at 2:30 Eastern. I hope you all have a wonderful afternoon, or whatever time zone it is for you. I hope to see you around in a future stream. Stay cute, stay good, everybody, and give my love to Chen. Have a good one, everyone.